What's up guys, this is Nick at ManriqueBilt Customs. This is gonna be my first ever video and hopefully not my last. So if you enjoy it, give me a like and subscribe. My videos are gonna be a DIY and a whole custom twist on the do-it-yourself, a make it yourself and install it yourself all at the same time. I'll get custom scrap material and junkyard parts and make one-off pieces for my vehicle or whatever it is that I'm doing. So today, what we're gonna do is we're going to go ahead and reinstall and redo my whole intake system. I've already done tons of stuff to my truck already, and as you can see, it's not your average 99 Dodge Ram 2500, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, so so let's check out what I did.
Well, okay. So here is my 99 Dodge Ram 2500, and yes, it's a V8. And here is the air intake. This is what we will be changing. What we're gonna do is I wanted to go back through the firewall, back in there somehow, come up and through this channel. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these windshield wipers off, take the intake off, and see what we come up with. And this tunnel here it's actually wider. So back in there, it goes back about another 4 inches. So this piece here, we're gonna end up having to cut. I use the drill to make holes in the corners at these parts, so I could use the saw to make even straight clean cuts. Plus it gave it a smooth, cleaner look with the rounded corners. Using a grinder here would have been hard and probably would have messed it all up, giving it a chopped up look, and because I couldn't get it to fit in there to begin with. Not to mention that the angle to even get in there was hard enough. This just seemed easier. After I got it all cut up, I ended up bending it at the bottom crease and was able to tear it the rest of the way. Man, I'm sorry guys. First video jitters. I forgot to record, but what I did is I went ahead and I drilled out all these spot welds. We've got this piece cut out, and the pieces that I picked up from the junkyard, got this actually off of a Durango, and what I did is I trimmed inside so I could have it sit flush, just like that. You can see in there where the inlet is facing back. So from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut a hole up in there, and the cool box I got is gonna sit in there. It kind of sits low profile, you know, which I like. And then I'm gonna have to mock up a square, kind of a housing inlet square to a round, so that I can connect the two. And then from there, the outlet on this side here, we'll have that run to a kind of like a ram air. That top of that box that I'm going to put in there, obviously that's not round, so it's gonna have to make an adapter that goes from square to what I'm gonna end up using is a piece of this intake, another piece that I got off from the junkyard. I'll give me a piece of this plastic and I'll go ahead and make a bracket, an adapter. After some grinding and cutting, drilling, got ourselves a little adapter piece, which ends up fitting perfectly. In my box, that piece is going to come down into here, kind of in the middle of where I wanted it, and a good spot for it to go, it's going to be kind of somewhere in the middle. Using a hole saw worked out perfectly, and I was able to cut the sheet metal in such a way that the intake piping could come up in an angle. Let's see. There we go. Got a piece out. All right, we got all our pieces put together, and I'm gonna need to sand them all down and clean them and everything, but so that you guys have an idea of what this is gonna look like. Got my filter sitting here. We'll have the top piece, but first let's put my ram piece, that way I can get, like I said, I'm gonna clean this up and make this look a lot nicer. Got two in there. All right, now our filter, as you can see, that's where that's gonna sit. We're gonna have our top piece fitting in there, and I got the clips that go here, so we can clamp that down. We got our fiberglass piece that's gonna go here. I still need to sand and drill those out. That's gonna sit there. We've got our plenum. Our intake plenum is going to sit right there. We've got this piece that slides in there, and I'll clamp that down. We got another piece that's going to go there. That's going to sit in there to there, and there we got ourselves an intake. Once that sits all nice and flush in there, I think we're going to be in business. Got my Durango piece and another piece from a Malibu that I cut off. That's the same piece but kind of reversed. Fiberglass adapter that we made into our Mitsubishi 3000 GT airbox. And our fabricated custom fiberglass, I guess, ram air intake. Okay, well, I got the piece, got everything in here. Went ahead and notched out the hood a little bit, and so I can get it to close, because I knew it wasn't going to from before. But let me go ahead and get this closed. Man, we got this thing coming out just right on the edge of the hood. I got the hook on the little top part of the ram. Get some air focused right in there. And I think we're gonna call this one a wrap. Well guys, I finished my first ever YouTube video, and I think it went pretty good. I ended up getting all my parts from the junkyard and ended up fiberglassing the rest of them so that it would all fit together to make a one-off intake cowl snorkel, or my version of one. So if y'all liked my video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And as for this project, this one's done.